What's up, you guys? This is OffTopicGames here with another deck profile for you guys. This one's a really casual deck profile. I personally don't think the deck is it's not good. Let's be honest. Competitive wise, it's not good, but it's very fun. It's really cheap, so you guys should try it if you have like your Chronicle or something. So as you can see, this is the Demiurge deck. Don't sleep on it, I guess. Maybe it can do stuff. If you saw the matchup, I was kind of cheating a bit. My apologies. For some reason, was dumb and didn't read the cards or something. I don't know. But yeah. Also, this deck is guaranteed not optimal. When I looked through the deck, I was surprised that I was missing a card for some reason. But yeah, I'll just get back to it later. So for a starter, we're running Chrono Gen G. Its effect generally isn't used, but it's GB1, put into your soul. When another unit is placed on the rear guard other than from your hand, you may pay the cost. Search your deck for up to one Zodiac Time Beast with the same grade as that unit, call it to rear guard, and shuffle your deck. So even though the skill is like kind of okay, we're only using it because it's Zodiac Time Beast, and it's a fluffer when it gets bound. So yeah. Four of the Idea Drone guys, so we're running the Idea Drone version. 3 of them are SP because it looks really nice, and it's like $1 or something nuts, so we got 3 for $1. Or $3. But come on, how do you pass out on like $3 SPs? Or $1 SPs. So, what its effect does is, I'm going to read this one because I actually have to like get it. So, Soul Blast 1, choose one of your grade 2, it's a once per turn, GB2 skill, sorry. Soul Blast 1, choose one of your grade 2 or less rear guards and bind them face up, or 2 or less guardians and bind them face up. When your unit is placed on the G guard during your battle phase, during the battle that your opponent's Vanguard attacked, you may pay the cost. If you do, this unit gets plus 15,000 until the end of battle. So it's very nice. It helps you bind the cards that you need, and it gives extra defense. Only for Vanguard to Vanguard. I misplayed on that. I just did for anything. It kind of didn't matter, but whatever. The next skill is GB1, Counterblast 1. Choose a card from your drop zone, bind it face up, and at the end of the turn you may pay the cost, which is that. If you do Soul Charge 1, which is very nice, choose one of your rear guards, bind it face up, so probably this card, and other cards eventually. If a card was bound, your opponent chooses one of their rear guards and puts it to the bottom of their deck. So it's really basically just Counterblast 1 to bind 2 of your Zodiac Time Beasts out of the 12 that you need, and you I guess your opponent spins a card back. Any Soul Charge 1, which is kind of important. So not a bad card. It's really good. It's not that bad actually. It's pretty good. But yeah. Next we're running 2 Chrono Fang Tigers. These are Zodiac Time Beasts. Basically on ride you can bind a card from your hand to choose one card on your opponent's field and put it back to your deck. They call a card with -2 grade and then shuffle. Then the other card is GB2. When you pay the cost for stride, you can ditch basically any card, ditch any cards possibly, bind them, and they basically become stride. So you can ditch your draw tree or whatever, it becomes your stride fodder, which is very, very good. So yeah, we're running 2 of these. Next we're running 2 Chrono Fang Tiger G, or sorry, 1. Fluff doesn't really do anything to me. It's a Zodiac Time Beast, so we're running it. You're gonna hear that a lot, but what it does, if you really want to know, is GB1, it's Vanguard rear guard, so it kind of matters. Choose one of your other rear guards and bind them face up. At the end of the battle, you can attack the Vanguard, you may pay the cost. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards in the same column and put it to the bottom. So yeah, it has an effect. Then we're running 1 Chrono Jet Dragon G. It also is fluff. Hopefully you don't ride this card, but if you really want to know what it does, when you stride into a Gear Dragon or Zodiac Time Beast, you may call up to 1 card and then Time Leap a card. And then the other continuous skill is during your turn, for every 2 face-up cards in your G zone, this unit gets plus 5,000, and your Zodiac Time Beast rear guards in the front row get plus 1,000. Or sorry, Zodiac Time Beast period. So that's not bad, I guess. Yeah. So for our grade 2s, that's 8 grade 3s. For our grade 2s, for some reason, this is the card that I was talking about. We're only running 3. It should be 4. This should be the 4th one. I don't know where it went for some reason, but there should be 4. What it does is Counterblast 1, bind the top card of your deck face up. That's the cost. So when you attack the Vanguard, if you have a Gear Colossus Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, until the end of the battle, this unit gets plus 2,000, so it's 11k. And then when this unit attack hits, you may search your deck for up to 2 cards, choose a card from among them, bind them. The other goes in the drop zone, and then shuffle your deck. If the card that was bound with this effect is Zodiac Time Beast, you unflip. So it's very good if it hits. If it doesn't, you just bind top card face up, which isn't that bad. But it's a very good setup. So the only problem with this is that you need Gear Colossus Vanguard. So normally, unless you ride one and then call one, it doesn't work on grade 2. But once you get to grade 3, it should work, hopefully. Or it's Stride. So if you want to know what this card does, it's not supposed to be in here. It was in here until like Try 3 support. But when you intercept with this card, if you have a Gear Colossus Vanguard, during turn that this unit battle intercepted, if you have a Gear Colossus Vanguard and it was attacked, search your deck for up to 1 Zodiac Time Beast, bind it face up, and shuffle your deck. If you bound a card, this shield gets plus 5,000, so it's a 10k shield. And then, if the number of cards in your bind zone is 5 or more, it gets resist. So probably not the best card, but you can run it, I guess, if you really want to. Yeah. Next, we're running more fluff cards. This is Lugal. It's Zodiac Time Beast, so we run it. What it does, if you want to know, is when it attacks the Vanguard, if you have Zodiac Time Beast, this unit gets plus 2,000 until the end of the battle, and then the skill Time Leap Auto GB1, Soul Blast 1, when your drive check reveals a grade 3 Zodiac Time Beast, you may pay the cost if you do Time Leap this unit. So what's really good actually about this unit is that it's an 11k if you have Zodiac Time Beast Vanguard, not GB1, so you can like poke for like 18 or something on your opponent's turn, or maybe 19 because you're running vanillas. But yeah. Next we're running 1 Serpents, 10k vanilla, Zodiac Time Beast. Zodiac Time Beast, 9k. Counterblast 1, when this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, if you have a Zodiac Time Beast on your Vanguard circle, you may pay the cost to get plus 5,000. Don't use it. Then another Zodiac Time Beast. If you have a grade 3 or greater Zodiac Time Beast on your Vanguard circle, this card gets plus 2,000, so 11k continuous. Whatever. And then 1 Peacock, Zodiac Time Beast. Basically, when it's placed on the rearguard due to Time Leap, I believe this unit cannot be put into your deck by card effects. You may have this unit get that. So basically, like when you Time Leap into it, you can get the skill where it doesn't go back, which is not bad, I guess, but still you don't use it. This card is probably one of the best grade 2s, but you don't use it. It gets plus 1,000 for each other Zodiac Time Beast unit. Continuous GB1, so it's probably pretty good, but you don't use it, so yeah. There's one more Zodiac Time Beast that we're not actually running, because it's triple and it's out of stock at Ideals. I forget what it's called, like Pulsar, Shift, Bullet Dragon or whatever, it's a triple. You're only going to run it for Zodiac Time Beast, so whatever. But yeah, that's grade 2. Next, for grade 1s, we're running 4 Quinta Walls, 2 and 2. Oops, bad. Okay, so 2 and 2. This one only works for Gear Colossus, which is why we're running 2 different ones, I guess, and this one's pretty good anyways. But for this one, Counterblast 1, when this unit is placed in the Guardian Circle, if you have a Gear Colossus Vanguard, you can pay the cost, which you should, hopefully. Top 5 get called, it's a quintet. And then you can choose 2, bind them. If you do, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield, and you can unflip a damage. So it helps a lot with your Demiurge 12 Zodiac Time Beast stuff. Next we're running 2 of this card, not in SP unfortunately, I guess. Counterblast 1, it's top 5 quintet, and then choose 1 of your cards from your drop zone, bind them face up. If you do, when this unit is put into your drop zone, you may pay the cost. If you do, you choose up to 2 cards from your drop zone, put it to the bottom of your deck, return them to your deck and shuffle. I actually don't use this skill. I pay the cost, but I don't use the skill to put 2 back, because you want your triggers generally in the damage zone, or in the drop zone, so you can set up for Demiurge. But if you do this really early, if you want, you can like put heals back and stuff. So yeah. 3 Idea Drones, grade 1s. The reason why we're running this actually is because of the crit, which is actually one of the best cards of the deck probably. But what it does is put this unit into your soul. When this unit is put into the bind zone from rear guard, if you have a Gear Colossus Vanguard, and if the number of cards in your bind zone is 4 or more, you may pay the cost. If you do unflip one, then if the number of cards in your bind zone is 6 or more, choose a card from your hand. Choose a card from the bind zone, put it into your hand, choose a card from your hand, and bind it face up. So it's basically a swap, but it can be very good because if you bind like random cards off the top or something, you can just grab it back and then replace it with cards that you need. Also, it unflips, so it kind of like pays for itself. Not really, I guess, but yeah. It's still neg 1, but you unflip for it and stuff, so it's not that bad. For our grade 1s, AK Vanilla, play it because Zodiac Time Beast. 2 Jackal, Zodiac Time Beast, we play it. It's, when this unit attacks, if you have Zodiac Time Beast on your Vanguard, it gets plus 4,000. GB1. Then this card, never use it. Zodiac Time Beast 7k. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle during your battle phase, you may pay the cost. If you do, this unit gets plus 4,000 until the end of turn. Choose one of your other Zodiac Time Beasts rearguards, and you may exchange positions with this unit. So very interesting card. And then one of these 6k, when this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, choose one of your other Zodiac Time Beasts and gets plus 2,000. And then lastly, this card, you can continue a skill, rest this unit. If this unit is rest, this unit cannot be chosen by the effects of your opponent's cards, which is, I guess, pretty nice. And then continuous if you have a Zodiac Time Beast Vanguard, and this unit gets intercept, and continuous, this unit can intercept from the back row. Very interesting. But for our grade 0s, we run 4 of this crit. Very good crit. One of the pretty hard carries of this deck. What it does is choose one of your Gear Colossus cards from your drop zone, and soul, return them to your deck, as well as this unit. Shuffle your deck, look at the top 3 cards. From among them, put 1 to your hand, put 1 into your bind zone, and 1 to soul. So if you have a lot of cards in the graveyard or drop zone with Gear Colossus, what you can do is use this card, put 1 from drop zone, 1 from soul, 1 and this card back to your deck. Shuffle, maybe grab a Zodiac Time Beast, put it into your bind zone that you didn't need. Put another Gear Colossus into your soul, and then if you get this card again, you can add to hand and just do it again, So very good. It really helps set up your stuff. Next we're running 4 more crits, 2 of each of the, Zodiac Time Beast crit. And then, I know we're running draws, so 4 draws, Zodiac Time Beast, and 4 heals. So yeah, that's the main deck. It's really bad. It's really just like our Zodiac Time Beast stuff. That's generally should be vanilla. So Demiurge is the main card we're running 1 of. If you want, you can run 2. You probably don't, but you probably won't go into it unless you're greedy. Or you won't go into it second time unless you're greedy and you missed it the first time. But what it does is you choose 12. I should have said this first actually, but what it does, it's an axe skill. You choose 12 of your Zodiac Time Beast cards with different names, card names from your bind zone. Put it into your drop zone. Choose 12 cards from your drop zone. Put them to your deck in any order, and then until the end turn, this unit gets. When this unit attacks, until the end of the battle, your opponent cannot guard with grade 1s or greater from their hand to guardian circle. So it has a guard straight, it's kind of whatever. But you put 12 cards back. This deck dies to like head around, but whatever. So basically you set up, that's what the entire deck is about. You set up, you put your triggers back, stack them, and do whatever. You basically just have good stuff on the top, and yeah. Next is a really good card. This card was really needed. It was the promo for Try 3. What it does, I also misplayed this card. It was really bad. But what it does is, it's a continuous effect. You can stride for, you can counterblast 1. To stride this card, you can counterblast 1. Choose a Gear Colossus or a Zodiac Time Beast card, bind it face up, and then stride this card. So it's very good. You don't need to stride grade 3. You can just counterblast 1. Choose any card that's Gear Colossus or Zodiac Time Beast and bind it to stride this card. It's very good. Also, this effect also has the axe skill once per turn. Choose a face-up card from your G zone, turn it face up. Look at top 5 cards from your deck. I misplayed that. I thought it was just any cards. It was really bad. It's very important. But just look at the top 5 cards. Search your deck for up to 2 cards from among them. Bind them face up. Shuffle your deck. For each card in your bind zone, this unit gets plus 2,000 until the end turn. And then if the number of cards in your bind zone is 5 or more, you unflip 1. So very, very good card. Yeah, I misplayed this, but it's very good. So you should run a lot. I run 3. You can run more if you want. I don't see myself going to 4. But 3 of those. We're running 1 Chronos command because we're running the Chronos command thing. It's good because you can flip this into this. And yeah, we're just running it for this. Basically, if you want to know this, it does. It on hit, counterblast 1, soul blast 1, choose a card from your hand, discard it. If it hits a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. All your opponent's regards go to the bottom of your deck. Yeah, and then this skill is counterblast 1, GB2. All the cards, all of your opponent's cards go to the bottom of your deck, and then yours do too, unless you have this card face up. Then you can choose 2 from among of yours. Choose up to 2 from yours. Leave them there, and the rest go to the bottom. Running 2 Chrono Tiger Rebellion. You can put it to 4 if you want, but you have to have a Chrono Tiger Vanguard. But what it does is it has a continuous skill. This unit gets plus 5,000 for each card in the bind zone. And then GB2 Soul Blast 1. Choose a card. Choose this card. Turn it face up, and then choose one of your rear guards. Bind them. And 1 from your hand, I believe. And then when this unit attacks, if you have a heart with Chrono Fang in its card name, did I say Chrono Tiger? It's supposed to be Chrono Fang, sorry, but Chrono Fang in its card name, you can pay the cost. If you do this, gets plus 1 drive check and plus 1 crit until the end of battle, until the end of the turn. So a very good card. Next, we're running 2 Bind Time Dragon, GB2 Counterblast 2 Soul Blast 1. Choose this card, turn it face up. When this unit attacks, you can pay the cost. If you do, choose 1 or more of your rear guards, bind them face up. This unit gets plus 10,000 plus 1 crit until the end turn. And then for each card that was bound, for each card in your bind zone, sorry, your opponent chooses 1 of his or her rear guards, bind them face up. Or sorry, puts them to the bottom. And then if you have a Gear Beast Vanguard, you may counter charge 2 on soul charge 2. So, very good card in general. I generally don't go into this because of counterblast issues, but you can bind as many cards as you want, so you can set up essentially for Demiurge, and your opponent basically gets board wiped, and he gets plus 10,000 crit. But it's counterblast 2 and soul blast 1, which is kind of high. Next for our G guards, I know I'm running Sabreeze in here. Where did it go? Sorry, there's 1 Sabreeze in here. Oh my gosh. So we're running 1 Sabreeze because GB deck generally. Yeah. This should be the 12th slot. Basically, if your opponent didn't ride and is stuck at grade 2 for a turn, you can counterblast 2, stride this card for discard 1. 1 a Gleam because discard draw is not that bad. You filter through your deck. 2 of this card, Uluru. It's actually kind of weird because you want your cards in the drop zone or your bind zone, but if you want, you can put cards back for plus 5,000. And then we're running 1 Rafana. We might run more. It really depends. But you can put any card to the bottom. It has to be like 1 or higher, right? Choose a grade 1 or higher card. Put it to the... You may return it to your deck. If you do, search up for up to 1 card with grade 0. Call it to rear guard circle and then shuffle your deck. If a card was called, this card gets plus 10,000. So 25k shield, and you can call the crit trigger, which is very good. So yeah, if you want to know a bit more about this deck, there's a gameplay on it. It was kind of bad, but you generally understand what it is. Let me just give you a terms of like what you want to stack. So, assuming they're at 5 or 4, like yes, they can 6 damage heal, but your deck is so like this turn is actually not very good for how hard it is to set up, where you need to hit triggers. So like, there's no ways that there's 12 triggers out already. Probably, maybe there is, but I really doubt there's 12 triggers in your drop zone. If there is, kudos to you, you're very good. But there's probably like X amount of draws, probably like 2. like X amount of crits and like heals. So what I do personally, if they're at 4 to 5, is I grab 2 draws, put them on top, grab 2 fluff cards, put it in the middle, or so probably like, I don't know, like this. Like Quinta Wall is good because you need it for guard, and then like grade 3 to stride. So I would do this, put them on top, put a crit on top, so that's 3 drive checks. Then you put as many heals as possible, and then after the heals, it really depends. Like, if I assume they'll just hit me for that much, it really depends on how many heals is there. But I just put a fluff card in the middle as well as crits if I have that many. I usually don't, but that's what the stack would be. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Please like and subscribe if you did. Leave any comments if you guys have any suggestions on how to build the deck better. This is really just for a fun deck. It's not competitive whatsoever. It's pretty nice to have just like a deck that you can play with for absolute fun, and you just lose all the time, but it's fun to get it off. But yeah, the crit trigger is very good. It actually what helps me play the deck is very fun. But yeah, anyways, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns as well, you can leave them down in the comment section. As always, Facebook and social media, so Twitter, are in the description below. And then if you're watching this, I believe it's 4-1, so April 1st, I will be at Court TCG. Normally we live in Hawaii, but I'm going up to California for that spring break. So I should be going to the tournament there. If you're there, please say hi or something, whatever. Or you don't have to if you don't want to. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys all later.